Hello everybody, good morning. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Association to this intermediate training session. Sorry for the little delay today. So Ramakrishna, Tanmay Azmera, Subankar Sarkar, Clara Alonso, Suresh Bhai Chavda, Paresh Kumar, Veerabhadra Singh and Meg Parmar. Welcome. Okay, I will recommend chess books later. First, let us start. Today, my topic is about the classic games and the best games of the former world champion, Botvinnik. Actually, I will give morning session for his one of his analysis of his games, and evening I will give. I mean, play like Botvinnik, play better than Botvinnik. Let us have a look at this position. White is Botvinnik, black is Toran, and white has an advantage. Now black to play, black played rook. Black played here, rook c6. How should white play? I have already told a lot of advice about classical books. Anyway, I will repeat again. First, let us do some diagrams. So, here, Paresh Kumar suggests e5. Correct move. Unless you make a pawn break, there is no advance. You need to break to open a line for the rook on d5. Good move. So, now is a problem. What to do now? So, you need to bring king. If you come rook here, after rook b8, there is no so you need to bring the king. Okay, what to do now? How should white make progress? Botvinnik was good in endgame and he was very good in analysis. He showed the world art of analysis. Before Botvinnik, chess was different. After Botvinnik came to the chess world, he showed the chess world how to analyze and get better in chess positions. Now Paresh Kumar says king g3. Clara says king g3. Not correct move, not the best move. You know, the king is a piece. You should come to center. You should come not king g3. This is the correct move. This is the correct move, not good move. After the move, the winning is very difficult. Winning chances are very difficult. He will play king g8. He won't play king g7, g8. That is why the correct move is king rook coming and then king e3. You should go to the center. Now, even though black is a pawn up, white is better. White is better because both the rooks are passive rooks. So, and now it should win. It should win the game because the king is active, rook is active. This is very easy now. I am going to approach very quickly. Material is now not about extra pawn. It is just easily winning. Now the pass pawn is very fast. Winning. It's over. Now this is a threat. This is a threat now. So king, okay, it is important to utilize the king actively. So the king should come to center. Botvinnik showed lot of things to chess world. He showed how to analyze and get better and better from each position. For example, अरे where I am here. अरे बाप रे क्या किया मैंने Now let me take you to some games of Botvinnik. You know, Keras and Botvinnik, which year it was? It was in the Soviet Championship. Okay, 1941. Nimno-Indian defense, there are practically two lines. Normally, white can play queen c2, it is known as classical. The other one is to play e3 with the idea next to bd3, knight f3, and then castle. I mean, bd3 and knight f3 and castle. So, this is the main line, but this is also equally popular. Now, all these things, we have seen in the game recently. Who was the player? Magnus Carlsen was white and black was black player. Magnus Carlsen white played a beautiful game with this line as white. So white has castled. Now the position of the white king is shaky. This is important to realize. So black exploited this situation of the white king. A tempo. Now you can see that white king is already in trouble because of the wrong decision of castling. Now the bishop is cutting off the king and now rook is coming. So this is really a bad situation. What else? There is nothing he can do to stop. Okay, now how to exploit this situation? The position, now he is running away. White king has run away. What to do now? Yes, yes, it was Anisgiri. I forgot because I see internet so many games, modern games. So Carlson exploited and beat Anisgiri very nicely. Okay, so let us see how to exploit this beautiful position. Black won wonderfully. Notice he took pin. You have to unpin it. There is only way. There is if you come queen coming there. Knight b4 is winning. In b4. So only move to unpin. Okay. Now you can see under development. The king is a target. Rook is ready. This queen is against this. All these factors he cannot survive. Good move. The whole idea is to gaining tempo. I want to gain a tempo to clear the C line. So a tempo. You cannot take the knight because back rank. Check. Finish. Now you need to give a discover attack, and that is the end of the game. It lead to force mate. Designs. You know the smother. This is all. So you can see that whole point is the castle decision was wrong. The whole line got changed after this. The wrong decision. Now e3, just if the position here after the move take, this is not the best move. And after this, he should take this. He must take this. This is best way. And then play e3, knight e2. So it's the wrong decision. All right. Botvinnik is white and Koblenz is black. Now the other move is to wait with queen c2, hoping black will take and then play that semi-Slav. This is another move, and this is a straightforward development going to castle. So the modern approach is queen c2. This is the modern trend, hoping for gaining a tempo. Now the other one is to open up the game with e4. After e4, you take, I take, take, and now you have to play h6. Why h6? This is a no. So here that move comes. That if I still cannot come. And now if you play knight e5, then your bishop come back and then better on the long time. White stands better. So the plan is to make a break now. Plan is to bring one of the rooks, and then open up the game. Taking this only helps. You can see the game Carpo lot here. White Carpo, black lot here. The white has a clear advantage after this. So there is practically four other moves are terrible. If you retreat, it's up to b8, e5 with a decisive advantage. White stands better. Now, if you want to take knight into bishop, you will not get much. After knight takes, you retreat the bishop, then pawn c5 will come. I think this is not great. So this is an excellent move. Now provoking more weaknesses in the black camp. You cannot allow knight e5. Now if you play rook d8, Probably this is giving more resistance, but he played now this bad move. Okay, I must tell you here. When a player is inferior or he is defending, he should try to cover up as much area. He should try to exchange pieces instead of going for some tactics or not correct initiative. I mean, what is the idea when you play rook e8? Knight c5 is a threat. Knight f5, queen will come. Now knight c5 will exchange lot of pieces and get some relief. After rook d8, after rook d8 and c5, you will get lot of relief. But this is a premature move. Now the queen is horribly placed, plus minus. And other moves, suppose bishop takes queen a3, it is very badly placed. Now bishop into, the threat of bishop f6 is terrible. So he gives a check. Crushing, pawn into g7. The position of black king side is bad. The queen b4 move was bit, I would say, premature and rash. One move threat is giving one move threat only. So just come here and everything is safe. Threatening queen. There is nothing. Whether you take the pawn or push the pawn, the queen is entering. So I would say that it is the important thing to know here. This position, he should have played rook d8. That is the best. That premature going for tactics and all, it backfired. Koblenz was a trainer and he was also good in tactics and he wrote some good chess books, especially well known as Tal's trainer. He was trainer of Tal. That is a very important thing. Botvinnik Karas in the 1948 World Championship. When Alekhine died, the World Chess Federation wanted to organize a big tournament inviting top players of the world. And the winner will be declared as world champion. So they invited Keres, Rasevsky, and Maxiu, Rubinstein, all the top players of contemporary at that time. And they will play each other four times each other. It's a long marathon tournament. 12 players will play with each other 4 rounds, a round robin tournament 4 times. So this was a line you could play directly. Botvinnik was very fond of this. The idea is to get double bishop at center. Modern approach for this is the best one. Modern players they prefer this so that they will play next this, then bishop here, and knight coming to attack this weak point. They play this move here after the c5 is the correct move. Okay, so I will not discuss opening theory now. I will go to the game. Actually, it was better to play bishop d3. This is a much better way to play. Okay, anyhow, there has been a lot of changes in the opening variations. So I will skip the opening discussion. The idea, if you close, black is happy because the knights are better in close positions. If you close the position, white bishops are badly placed. So white wants to keep the tension and now stopping e4 move. You need to stop. this will lose a tempo. This is also possible. After e4, you come back and you play f3, but playing precisely. I think a strategic wrong decision. Black should avoid opening the game because white has bishop pair. White has bishop pair. Not the best move. Because this if you take pawn into pawn, then you will play pawn d5. You know, this will met with d5. And if you play, it will counterplay. So it is not a good idea. This is better. You have like a mark the bind. This pawn is going to fall. Then this will be a target. Well played. Very well played. Okay. So use advantage. Bishop pair, good control of center, and backward d6 pawn. Plus minus. The position is very bad. The idea now, what is important thing to learn in chess strategy, I told you 5 points: king position, center, open line, pawn structure, and active pieces. The king position, white is better. Black is second. Black already feeling the heat. You know the bishops in the diagonal here. The rook coming to this rank. The knight is ready. The pawn is gone. So all pieces are functioning. White has already got very good control of center, open line, and better king position. So in the camp, intruder. This is the intruder. ये घुसपैठ है, निकालो उसको. It is the duty of a chess player to see the threat on each move. Yeah, Carlson Onisgiri. Yes, yes, yes. That is the game I was. That is the game I was talking. That Carlson Onisgiri. Okay. Here, duty of a chess player threat. Now, this is a threat already. Already a threat. Anyway. Check. Now, if you go back, I will recover. Exchange down too much. After you go back, take, and black squares killing. Finish. Mate. Mate here 1 and mate here 2. There are 2 mates on these points. You cannot defend. Lost, completely lost. Whatever you do. So what I mean to say, the power of 2 bishops, center, open line. So I like the way he conducted the game by playing e4. And after that, non-stop threats and finished. Very beautiful game. Okay. In Olympiad 1956, Pandesky was also a grandmaster. We all know that Benoni and some variations where black is coming for a6 b5 break. This is a bad move. This is a bad move. Mixing up things. Now the standard a6 was correct. It was necessary to play a6. But bad move, passive position. You will have a problem now. Now the point is the D file you are having problem here. The D file one problem or this one. And this is if you exchange the pieces, the king will be a target. You are going to exchange multiple, then king will be a target. Number two, the power of the bishop is also increasing and the D line. So all these things now white gets a clear advantage. The knight is redundant here. So now whatever you do, wherever the queen will go, it is badly placed. You see the thematic, scientific way. Now you want to exploit the king. There is you want to play h4, h5. Even if you take it is bad, then queen check will come on c3. Very well played. You cannot play now queen or pawn. Lost. Now the whole point is he should have played what instead of this move. I think the whole position is bad. Whatever do it is a bad position. Perhaps this will give a longer resistance. This will give a longer resistance, but it is bad anyway. I will seize the file. I'll seize the file first, and then I start attacking. So he just played rook here. Check, check. It is all over. The king moves to g8. Knight check is coming, and king moves to h6. Then it will totally jeopardize position. Okay, 2 pawns down. Not there is nothing much to see. 2 pawns down. So I would say it is not white one, it is black dig his own grave by playing this move. Where is the problem? Black tell you. Okay, this is all right, acceptable. Now this okay. You should have played here b5 or a6, this b5 or a6 and b5. You want a pawn a6 and then b5 or direct b5. This is terrible. Self goal. And if you want to play, if you want setup, then you have to go in the beginning, not wasting time with knight. Okay, for example, I will show a game. Okay, if you want to play, it is not that bad, that idea. See, you want to play that setup d4, knight f6, c4, c5, d5, e5. Now knight c3, d6. Now e4. This is not so bad. It is white is better, but you don't have to waste time with the knight here. The position it's okay. I will show maybe Nisipiano, Miles. I will show game of Livider Nisipiano, Sarawan, uh, Nisipiano. Yeah. See, it is not not that bad. Vision is just okay. So I want to play knight f4. This I will tell you here in this position there is a better way to play instead of playing this mechanical moves. I will now play f5 and go for initiative. This is okay. And now seizing a central square. Seizing a central square. Black has counterplay. Even though there are some weaknesses, black has counterplay. So I would say that if you want to play, you must play in this manner, not knight a6, knight c7. There is you are mixing up. There is no link between these two plans. If you want to play e5, don't play knight s6 coming here. Why this move? Now I will tell you. If you castle, I will play h5. My plan is to play h4 and h3. So this is not easy. If you want to play f3, I will play h4. Then I will plan to play knight coming there. Then I will exchange the bishop, that bishop. Suppose you come here, I will come knight. With the idea, I want to exchange the bishop. So there is a link that if you want to play a position, the strategy is that is different. You cannot mix up things. Okay. Here, okay, I leave this line. In those days, the strategy of the opening was not streamlined. One has to get a complete mastery of a position. If you are playing in tournament, you should know all the pros and cons. I mean, I would admire Fisher. He was studying every little bit, given information in a particular line. Suppose you want to play Benoni, he will see all the games from history. What is the idea for white and black? What are the tactical nuances there? So this is basically the white, black one is black lost the own way he played on himself. Zavo, Laszlo Zavo, a tricky man. He was a good player, a creative player, but otherwise I don't. This you, I could remind you. You can see the game. White is Vasilis Bislov, and black is Robert Fischer. I guess it is. I will show you. I will show you now only that game. Another beautiful game. So here, knight. Now the problem is if you play e3 white, the bishop is blocked. And if you play knight into knight, then black center is good. Black has a better center, and white has just lost three moves for nothing. The knight has made three moves. Knight, knight, knight. So knight has lost, and you are helping black strengthening the center. Game actually Smyslov Fisher started like this. C4 instead of this move, Fisher played this way. So then he played bg7 and c5. Knight f3, bg7, d4, c5. So here is the game. The problem with black. No. Overwrite. I did overwrite. Sorry. So here, move. Now, okay, there is another way also. Black can also go for this. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. You take, I'll play d6. Okay. And now you play g3, I will play d6. Idea, now the pawn is a fixed. Now bishop g2, I will play this. Now castle, rook c8. I will go right away for the pawn. So it is also a possibility that players should take into account. If you are playing white, you should not ignore this move. Just it is I'm saying, but grandmaster don't like to give the bishop because they want to castle, save king. But there are players who can play this move also and go for an endgame initiative right away. So the idea is to hit the center with f5. The idea he wants to play f5 and so that knight will come controlling the square. Takes knight f5. So this is Zabo versus Botvinnik. I will tell you actually Botvinnik punished Ligoric, a similar situation. The idea is not bad, but I will rather wait. What I should do is black should play bishop d7, and white will play some bishop e2. Then I will play rook c8. Now he will play castle, and now I will come. The reason is after you castle, this loses the momentum. You do not have all that h4, h5 take. The rook is no more on the h line. So I will make waiting moves till white castle. Okay, for example, you do not castle. Okay, maybe you will play rook b1 or b1. Then I will make further waiting moves. I will play move like maybe here a6. You play bd2 because you can't play b4. You cannot. You play bd2. Maybe here I can play some move like I think I'm running out of now. Running out of moves I need to develop. So if it is I'm forced to play. So till white castles you should not play knight h6. This is how Gligoric lost to Botvinnik. So this is a move that Botvinnik has played h black. He played f5. I guess this position he is overrated. Probably here in this position, this okay. And now the correct move, not this move. I would say the correct move was bishop takes. Now if you take the bishop, I am going to play queen c1. White will play queen c1, and if you take, then rook into rook and rook into queen. That means you have to come back. Then rook into rook, take queen entry. So this could be bad. This is not a very pleasant situation for black. This is not a very pleasant situation. So this is all this thing. The plan I am showing you what Botvinnik did to Gligoric. Well, I have kept that game. Anyway, I have kept that game. I will show you. Where is the game? Somewhere here. Yeah, this game. I will show you that game. But in this game, that Zavo did not react correctly. He played this move knight into e4, fe4, and then knight e4. This is not the perfect way. Now, bishop into h6 was necessary. Not a good move. Not good. Black is out of all problem and better now. Black center is better. Already there is problem. You castle long, see f2 pawn is falling. White cannot castle long. It is a lost position. Now it is losing. He must lose at least one pawn. Okay, he is exchanging queen, but at a price. This is bad. So what I will tell you here, the same position, I will show you Botvinnik versus Gligoric. It is what Botvinnik did here. This is the one. The mistake. You want to do, you have to do after castle. After now, black should play waiting move d6. So you will place maybe d3, then bishop d7. Now castle. Now knight is good. There is no h4, and maybe you will play next move. Suppose you play bishop to f4. Suppose bishop f4. You will play because the threat is coming. So knight f5. I think black is good. You cannot displace the knight. You can't do that. So instead of playing this, he played the move at knight h6 before white has castled. This is bad. So h4 will come now. Now h5. Take, take, and now queen c1. This is what I was telling you, that when you play variation, you should know the typical problems in the position. Now bishop into c1, rook into rook, winning, mate. And the queen enters. This is plus minus position. Because now the black king is uncomfortable. He has to make lot of, and there are a lot of open line. White is better in center, open line, and active pieces. Three factors. White is better. The threat is some queen check, and queen g7 plus. Already he is feeling the heat. Bishop s3 can come. Bishop e4 can come. And rook h8 plus minus. This plus minus. All white pieces are active. Black pieces are bad. So the lesson to be learned, the whole concept is not bad. But you have to wait till white castles. Hello, Devang Makwana. Ivan Vishal Shah. So this idea, I have employed this as black. Many times I have used it, but this game will open the eyes for white players that you should. Where is this move? So black must wait, not do this. Now supposing you do not castle, I will not wait too long. Now he plays. Now let us say you play. You want to wait. Now what you want to do? Maybe this is if you want to do waiting. D3. Now maybe I want to play a move like E6. Now D3, D6, D3. I don't want to keep on waiting. I can wait for a certain time. Then if you do not go, I will play E6, knight E7. You know, knight H6 is not the best way here. You will play E6. Now you castle or you wait further, play rook B1, and now I will play knight E7. Anyway, I will come to knight F5. But in the variation, the difference, what is the difference here? You have not made a pawn move. See, in the variation here, you have made a pawn move, E6, knight E7. Here I am coming directly without committing. All right. Botanic bit Grigori. English opening, this is reverse Sicilian. When you play English opening, there are three answers. E5, this is very popular, and knight f6, second. You know, knight f6, this is what I would say will transpose to many queen pawn games. If I play d4, some Indian defense, g6, e6, Indian defense. So it is a flexible move. So here, e5, other move is to play c5. So in this position, I would say symmetrical position, black is completely comfortable. There is no problem. Out of these three, if you want to play solid, c4, c5 is very good. Best against English, equal. And if you play knight f6, it is flexible. It can go to e5, reverse Sicilian, it go to the Indian defense. It can go to Grunfeld. So here he plays knight f6. I recommend c5. What is the game here? So it is reverse Sicilian. I would say this is white gets anyway little better game because you are giving two tempo to Sicilian. White is playing reverse Sicilian with one extra move and it is his move. So the difference of two tempo is up. Now knight is not good. Be into c3 and get a good center. So you have to retreat the knight. How long you will stay? It is better you should go back right now. The point is, After castle, I will threaten immediately. After the move castle, I will threaten to play d4 because the e4 square is not in control. Now I am really giving a threat. My plan is to come hit the center. That means you have to play knight b6. There is no other good way. There is no good way to stop d4 because if you play bishop to c5, I will destroy the white black center. Knight into pawn, knight into and d4. White stands better. मुझे मेरा पीस मिल गया और सेंटर भी अच्छा हो गया. So you cannot do that. Kajriwal, Shreyas, hello, Tirtha Saha, welcome. So bishop c5 is not good. That means you have to retreat. To stop d4, you must retreat. So he retreated. Now we are having an exact accelerated dragon color reverse two tempo. Classical Sicilian two tempo. Okay, the idea is to expand b4, b5. The idea b4, b5 is coming here. You can also put up b3, but anyway, forced. Very well played. Now nc5 threat is coming. Now rook is coming ready. I have opened the gate for the rook. Rook will come now here in the line, and now this is a threat now. Into. All these are artificial way to stop the initiative. Now what will happen next? Next I am going to exchange the bishop. I will remove the knight, exchange king into, and the knight will enter. They are getting ready. So then now you the typical. The whole point is next I am going to exchange the bishop. After that there is lot of problem. And once the bishop is exchanged, the queen will come and give a threat. This is a target already. So the position is becoming bad to worse. After the move knight coming, exchange the bishop, black is outplayed. What black will do? So black played a trick. He said, I want to solve the problem. And if you take, the rook will be trapped. So he says, I would like to get trapped. So the rook got trapped. But I will tell you, rook on the 7th house. The defect of the position, black is doing everything correctly. Believe me, black is doing correctly. The only thing black is missing a knight on f6. Knight on g3, knight on f6. There is no guard near the king. There is no guard. This is the problem. The idea is correct, but you need to have a guard. So the king is the weak point. And there comes a blow, rook into. So he says, you want to trap my queen, I will take rook. What is the outcome here? We have got a pawn, we have got a minor piece, and in return for the exchange. But all active pieces. All active pieces for white. So rook into. Even if you play, this is also not bad. We have got reasonable compensation. We have got a reasonable compensation. Even this is also white is fine. But when you get the gold, why go for tamba? Gold, no bronze. You cannot accept it. You accept, you lose the queen. You accept, check. Array, check. Now queen cannot come. Knight g5 check will pick up the queen. Bishop into g, bishop g2 will win. So you cannot go. You cannot go e7 or f6. Bishop g5. That means you come up and get mated soon. You get mated. Maybe here. How I'm going to win now this position. Ah. I think queen check should win. You go again, knight check, and now you go again, now queen check. This should finish. So you cannot take that rook. That means here h6. Now you want to take. Where will you take now? Now two pawn. White has got to exchange in return for exchange two pawns and a minor piece and a very bad position. No uncoordinated pieces, full of weaknesses into weak point, weak point, weak point, weak point, weak point. Three weak pawns and underdevelopment, no coordination, and horrible white square weaknesses. Check. Notice that this is important to keep in contact. A bad check. This is not great. So this check is correct. And you don't have time for queen e6. I will pick up the third pawn. Third pawn. Three pawn. And it will be four pawn option. So you can't do that. So that means you have to move. Now NG6 threat. Check. Mate हो रहा है. It is discovered double check, knight check mate. Check. You cannot return. It will go Alekhine. Alekhine has sword. Check. Here some check. Here. Here some check. It will lead to mate or winning queen. This check will disaster. So you cannot do that. Only move. After the move, only move. You have to play pawn push. Check. Another check. The queen will join from h4 and win the queen. Check. Check. Continue. You continue. Continue. In this disaster as खत्म. He resigns because अभी कुछ बचा ही नहीं. So the whole point is actually he was outplayed in the opening, and of course you see if you now this position, this one, all this thing coming with a threat. Sicilian to tempo, ये threat है, तो मारना पड़ेगा. What are you going to do? You are no way to stop. These are all miserable moves. These are all miserable moves. If you play this, then rook will come, and next move I will hit here. I will hit this point later on. You can prepare to hit. How long you will stay? Let us say you play like this. Let us say you imagine you play. What will I do like this? Let me see. Let's see. I guess I guess this is simple way. You play knight. Now the threat. You will not be able to handle this position. Just bad. So I would say it is important that you exchange and now gradually it going down. Rook c2 double. Now if you play e4, suppose the d4 take and open file I will having clear plus. So the reverse Sicilian. My point is that you should not. I mean, players playing black side c4. C4. This is a good move, solid move. Or you play knight f6 is flexible move. You play e5. White is little better. Plus equal. I can play nc3. I can play g3, bg2. This is also okay. Hello. So the FIDE World Champion game analysis with Anand and Zero 20 years ago. I will show, but my topic, I have already mentioned a topic. I will show Botvinnik games, and in the afternoon session, best play like Botvinnik, play better than Botvinnik. Let me complete this series. I will do one by one all world champions. So Anand's turn will come. Anand's turn will come. Anyway, I have discussed Anand Zero. The match I have discussed already, but still I will show once again. Hello, Keval Chitara. This is Botvinnik versus you. So he's skipping the opening line, just giving free normal. Not the best move. At the moment, he should play bishop d6 is more solid. Better move. Is not the correct. White is better. Now if you play e5, knight g5, rook e8, f3, black is not good. Center will lose. So e4 is not good move. So white is slightly better. You can't play knight g5 because already there are two protection. He will play 6. So knight e4, knight e5. So white is better because white has got bishop pair and a comparatively better arranged pieces. You take rook into is plus minus. This is dangerous. He goes knight. Knight. Material is equal, but white is vastly superior. Why white is superior? Because the open line. You look at the power of this bishop, this one. Look at the power of this one and the center. Even though they are double pawns, they are controlling lot of central squares. So two bishop, advantage, better center and better open line. Now the point is, a player should know where is the advantage, how to handle an advantage. How to handle an advantage. This is an advantage Botvinnik demonstrates very nicely. What is the plan? White should plan to get this break. Get this break. Not immediately. He will prepare. Notice how he is doing it. Return because the pile you have to capture. And now, threat. You cannot play bishop b7. It is bad. Rook d7. And you can't play this. So, unfortunately, he has to play artificially. Now bb5. So he is temporarily holding the meeting the threat. E5. Then I will get this move e6 break when the bishop will be really powerful. Good move. No counter play. He is not interested in rook into pawn. So immediately the strategical. I think if he captures it is bad. Rook into pawn with excessive tempo. Now you have to play other moves are bad. It should win because knight captures, then pawn discover check, and it is all over. Over. I don't have to. I don't have to play, and I want because my plan is to bring the rook d2 and enter. This is the defender of the square. This is the defender of the square. So move. He resigns because after rook c8, maybe you can play bishop into knight, or maybe pawn queens and picking up a free piece. A free piece. So the whole strategy is to advance the pawn, and that is what he did. Very nice move. Very nice move. After the move, this is the strategy. You need to get this break. How many game? Another I will show up to this. Up to then I will show you the idea of the move is to play bishop g5. Knight f3 intending to play bishop g5. If you castle, I think bg5 is slightly better. Bg5 is better for white. If you castle. Little better. I don't claim a big advantage. So he plays c5. White has got a center and bishop pair. I think this is bad move. at the moment, this is not the correct move. You know, it was better to play here d6. This is the more correct move. Okay, maintaining, ready to exchange the queen with the bad bishops for white. D6 is correct. So, bad move. Another bad move. First of all, the queen is doing nothing and you dare not exchange. Now, one bad move followed by another bad move. See, 1939, all this thing was later on known that you don't have to do all these things. The bad moves. Center and better bishop, better front queen. Maybe you should you can actually ignore this. Maybe I would say here it is possible to play bishop d3. This is possible. White stands better, but Botvinnik has another plan in mind. Here the bishop becomes bad in the diagonal, but bishop can be good in this diagonal. This diagonal. That is what it does precisely. Cannot castle. Now you have to do this, and now you have to play. You have to, if you exchange that pawn is bad, and now he plays next. The bishop will occupy the diagonal here and posting on the center. See, the queen is wrongly placed. This is the whole point. This is doing nothing. This plan is good only when the bad pieces. Suppose you are getting same plan. If black makes normal moves, it is bad. Okay, I will tell you the where black could have improved. Bishop plus minus. Next, I am going to cement it. I will cement the bishop. Plus. This is outplayed. This position, black is outplayed. And apart from b6 weakness, f7 problem, already it is black position is bad. Bad position. It's all over. Okay, I will tell you the mistake where black has gone wrong. The position is lost. I would say you can see the plan, but it is all bad. Now, where is the mistake he has done? Okay, nothing wrong. Okay, nothing wrong. This first mistake, I would say d6. D6. Now, if you play e3, you want to develop and castle quickly. Okay, you can play bishop g5 also. This is not a serious thing. For bishop g5, maybe I would like to play here. I will play queen a tempo so that knight e4 will come. Now this is met by knight e4. So bishop g5 is not the correct move now. E3 is correct. After e3, I will play here knight c6. Now bishop d3, I will play e5. Now threat is coming. Now if play queen, I will play threat. Queen will come. Threat is coming. That means you play nd2. Now the position, if you have gone back, you cannot count on an advantage. The position is excellent for black now. Now what black will continue? Black will play b6. Now you play knight coming there. Now I will castle. No. I will castle. No. I cannot castle. I will play knight into knight. Bishop into I will play b7. Now you cannot do. I am going to now suppose you it is very good for black. And if you exchange take next time I am going to exchange. I don't have problem. That now I solved. You don't have that posting. You know. So this is the idea This maneuvering was shown by Grigori, great player. Grigori showed this maneuver that Botvinnik's plan. He played B6 and BB7, solving all the problems. Okay, okay, I leave this one. Sami, Botvinnik versus Sami, Samuel Resvetsky. Actually, you know, I will come to Tal one by one. After Botvinnik, I will go to Smyslov. After Smyslov, I will go to Petrosian, then Spassky, then Tal, then Fischer. One by one, I will go. Because if I go to Tal, I will neglect Botvinnik's games here. So, I will go systematically. Today, Botvinnik and afternoon session, only diagrams from Botvinnik's game. Complete this series. Yeah. Because you will have strategical understanding and the typical best of all world champion. To be honest, I cannot complete all these things. I'm showing only in the nutshell. In order to know the classics, you need to spend one full year, maybe 2 years now, because theory has gone so much. To know right from Chinese till Carlson, if you find out the best strategical games, it will take 2 years to study. So I cannot show you in 10 days. I am only introducing you that their style of play and their strategy. And believe me, if you study and understand, you will become a strong grandmaster. If you study and understand the ideas, you will become very strong player. So let us say Samuel Resvetsky is black. The idea is to play like reverse Sicilian. Oh, what is that? Close Sicilian. So far, so good. No problem. The point of the move is here G3, G6. Now you could have played here. Suppose you play here G3, G3, Knight F6. Now Knight F3. You can play this move. This is Anand played with Tal or Spassky. I'm not sure. Now this is bad. Queen will come. You have problems, I think. Okay. Now knight check will you cannot play. Knight check will mate. So this is giving trouble. This is a possible. Taking pawn is risky business. But anyway, what Botvinnik played this simple move. No, he played this simple move. With the idea, he wants to play knight e2 and d4 in the center. Hello, Garvisa. Raswaski was a good player. Raswaski, he was a genius, prodigy. But he was not good in opening area. Raswaski gave a simultaneous at the age of 6. If you go back to the history, 6 साल की उम्र में साइमल दिया था, beating many players. Kaspersky was a prodigy, but he was not good in opening area. He never worked in opening. He had a good understanding of strategy and middle game. So white is now better. Center. Now all are dependent. No tactics will work. So it is a wasting time. I don't think here all this idea here. This is a bad. This is not good. At the moment, you should rather concentrate to complete development. The whole strategical move is bad. At the moment, this itself is a bad move. You should not consider center. You should castle and bring rook e8, play h6, f5. But surrendering the center, it turns out bad. Better. The knight is not very well placed. So wasting time. Go away. Plus minus. The position is plus minus. White is having already coordination, better center and better pieces. Plus fully centralized. In the 19 moves, black has made some around 9 or 10 knight moves. So it cannot be good. Perfect. Restriction opponent's minor pieces is a golden rule. Knight d4 is coming. Queen d7 and king s2 and nd4. So bishop is not having good room. अभी sack आएगा. After all this thing, now what happens? He will get. Now if you play bishop into, if you play bishop here, rook into मार देगा चलेगा. Because the g6 weakness. This is okay. The queen is tied down to c7. So he plays bishop. Anyway sack because if you take c7, खत्म. किस्सा खत्म. I am going to now win the pawn, but just take the black square bishop. Then it is a juicy position. Juicy position. खत्म. कितना pawn देगा अब? I don't know how I would have defended. Okay, on this move, is pawn e5 exchanging queen. So this is a good move. खत्म. दो पास pawn. क्या रखा है? Two extra pass pawns. Disaster. The main problem is he kept on wasting moves. How many knight moves? If you count 19 moves, this is so many knight moves. कितना knight move करेगा? You start here, count the knight moves of black. See, okay, here one knight move, two knight move, three knight move, four knight move, five knight move, six, seven, eight, nine. In 19 moves, he has made 9 knight moves. One cannot do all these things. You are not just to the other pieces. Be fair to the development of other pieces. Even this is an interesting thing. Normally in IQP, you play differently, but this is a different strategy. So we have an IQP. Now this is not the nice way. Knight should have been on the C6. This is the right place. Now another bad move. The knight is very poorly placed on B6 square. Now if the knight was there, the rook e1 is the correct move. Rook e1 is correct if the knight is here. But now we place queen. So how many knight move? When there is an isolated pawn, the square in front of the isomony is the focus point. If black player controls and not allowing, it's a good thing. But cannot waste so many moves. Two moves are wasted by black. Why this move? White wants to generate, white plan is to go here, something like this, bishop here, to put pressure. But this point needs protection. So, over protection of center. I think Nimzowitsch wrote a book about my system. He stressed all this. So, Botvinnik knew all the principles perfectly. So, he played rook centralized. The idea, when I move the queen, this point is not unguarded. You will see why it is important. Now look here. If my rook was not there, then I had to play a move like queen e3. Suppose my rook was not there in this position. If it was not here, then I had to play a move like queen e3 or queen d2. That is the reason rook is there. No problem. Knight into the position is plus. See IQP, but now normally white should advance the pawn or go for attack. When there is an IQP, the standard plan is to go for an attack on the king, or if I can advance, I cannot advance and there is no attack. So different plan comes here. So F4, F5, a new plan. This is not normal in IQP positions. But now F5 is coming. And if you play G6, the weaknesses will start. A new plan I will do. So this will again have a ready-made plan I will get. So I don't. So here in the game he plays rook. Now this is a focus point. One, bishop against this pawn. Then two, this pawn. Queen is watching this point. So all this thing point. And this is also a focus point. Bishop is watching this. So now there is a problem. You take with the rook, the c8 rook will be hanging. If you take, queen is watching the c8 rook. That means you need to play with rook takes. Takes. Finish. F7, C8. अब किस किस को बचाएगा? अभी F7 आ रहा है. So normally this plan strategy IQP, this is not normal, but somebody playing NB6 and ND5, this is a good plan. So I will tell you. Let me go to the opening again. Here. So orthodox. Now the normal move is to play here some B6, H6, all these things. So ND7. And now this is not the correct move. Orthodox, if you are playing orthodox, if black is playing, now this is not the correct move. What black should do? Black should play now C6. Now you castle. Now if you Capablanca played here many times, pawn into pawn, bishop takes pawn, and knight coming here. This is Capablanca's plan. I want to exchange here. Now Alekhine took, and Alekhine played. No, not this knight. I will take queen. And then Alekhine used to play knight e4. So this is white gets a little better game. Or alternately, you can play here. You can play in this instead of this. You can play b6. B6. With the idea, complete development. So here maybe you can play rook c1, some queen b3, queen e2, whatever you do, white stands better. This is one plan trying to complete. I want to play bishop here and then play c5. Then bring the rook. This is how orthodox defense is played. Or you can go for the Capablanca setup. Take the pawn and play nd5. Simplifying. Or if you want to go Laskar setup, you should have played here itself h6. If you want to play h6 right now. Now you go bishop h4, castle, and knight e4. Castle, he will play e3, knight e4. Laskar. In my opinion, this is not bad. This is also fully playable. After bishop takes, queen takes. Now pawn into, knight into, pawn into. This is okay. Okay position. Now if you play some queen move, I will play RD8. Not this passive move. Please note that this is passive and bad. So I will play rook here. Next plan, I want to go for c5. Active. You must learn to play active chess. So h6 is fully playable. And here, after move ne4, you play bishop into, queen into, and now this is bad. Bad move. Pawn into, on knight here. Now the pawn is attacked. Now if you play mechanically this, white stands clearly better. Because of queen b3, the position is plus. You have problem on b7, you have problem on the backward pawn. But the correct move is not f5. What is black's correct move? Black should play e5. E5. You are welcome. You are welcome. Take my pawn. Be my guest. Knight को बचाओ. Knight जाएगा pawn into pawn. Queen into pawn is a blunder. ये अभी गया. So you cannot play knight e4, d4. It is bad. And after that e5. No, not this. E5. E5. That means you cannot take knight into pawn. It's a bad thing. You have to play d5. Now I will play some move e5. Fantastic position. Already black is going for a kill on the king side. Now nd to nf6 will come and fatafat attack आ जाएगा. So h6 is fully playable, Lasker, or you can play that Capablanca's maneuver, d4, ne4, and no. That line I told you. So you can do all these things, but not this this one. Play c5, and this is bad move, and knight b6. Now you take, these are bad moves. Even now you can play here b6, bb7. So well, 1936. Okay, so 90 years, 85 years back, everything was different. क्या हो गया ये? लॉक हो गया क्या? लॉक हो गया. I will restart the chess base. So very slow it has become. Give me time to restart chess base. Good morning, Dr. Sanapati. Welcome, Adi Jain. How many classic games? Today's next class, I am going to take a 2:30 to 4:30. Every day, 9:30 to 11:30, 2:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. Wednesday, I take off. Okay. How many games each classic player should we take? Actually, you want to study classics. I think you should study about nearly 500 classic games. If you study 500 classic games, then you will get a deep understanding of chess. I would say that this is more aggressive. C4 is more aggressive to meet D4 with B4. Now B4 should come. Very aggressive. Okay, this is not bad. This is a regular line. Semi-Slav. Slav. White is slightly better because of center. Little better. आई डाउट दिस। यहाँ तक अभी अभी ये जो है ब्लॉन्ड बंद करके ये मारा, व्हाइट इज ऑलरेडी बेटर। अभी एक मूव टेम्पो डाउन है। ब्लैक इज गिविंग ए टेम्पो टू व्हाइट। व्हाइट हैज गॉट एन एक्स्ट्रा मूव C6 and C5। Idea rook D1। So you compare to the IQP position, white is having tempo. In IQP, one tempo becomes too much. Too much. Another bad plan. The strategic idea is correct. The strategic concept that when there is an IQP, the square in front of the pawn is the focus point. I mean, black should take so much control, white cannot push. Strategically, it is correct. But itna move. Your black has already wasted a move and another two moves. So this is bad. It will give white definite attack. Okay, let me show you. For example, this is 11th move. अरे किधर गया? I will come back to the 11th move. I will come back to the 11th move. Now, for example, let us say E4 C6. C6 Caro-Kann defense. Now C4 D5. My computer has become so slow I cannot understand. Now takes pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn. Now you can say now this is a bad move. Why? It is simply plus minus. I will get a tempo, a decisive tempo. Knight will come d4. So when you play, the correct move here is to come knight f6 and take it. Knight f6 and take it. And after that, the position is it is slight better for white. After knight f6, I will play d4. I will play d4. It is going. So knight into pawn. Then knight f3. So this has become very funny. It is computer has become very very slow. All right, never mind. Anyway, class is only 20 minutes, so I can finish this. So here, white is having a good position. Bishop d3, castle, rook e1, but you cannot play queen d5 because one tempo becomes too much. This is plus minus. It will come. The queen has to move in IQP. If you giving tempo, it is just bad. You can check the opening theory. So that is why here he has played c6 and then c5. One move, delay, and then c5. It is bad. I will go to the 11th move. So it is bad. Now you can see the knight is posted in center watching important squares, and the rook is ready on the third rank to come for attack. The queen is ready, the rook is ready, queen is ready. So it is all because he has black has wasted a lot of time, and knight into c3 only will help me. If you play knight c3, the center becomes stronger. It is bad. There is some problem. I guess my machine has become too slow. Hello, Vela. Each player know how many games. I did not ask how many total classic games. Basically, I will tell you, I told you 500 games of classic players. But for example, I don't need to see so many games of, players before Capablanca and Alekhine. I think till that maybe 100 games is enough. If you see, not even 100 games, 60, 70 games of Capablanca, Alekhine, Stanis, and Lascaris, I want to give more games, maybe up to Botvinnik, and I would say Keres 100 games. Then Smyslov 50 games, 70 games, Smyslov. Petrosian another 50 games. Then Tal, maybe 100 games of Tal. Bob Fischer 100 games. And Kasparov Karpov. Like that, you should see 500, 600 games. Because theoretically, now IQP, if you see a position, there are file written by whom? IQP written by, there is some file, some player. There are so many books also on IQP. So you need to see the classic games like Botvinnik Jagroski, like Karpov Spassky, like Spassky and who is that player? Some I forget the name. Starting with A. Android. Android. So IQP, you need to have a good understanding. Karpov Yusupov also a good understanding of IQP. So this is bad. So this is just bad question. Plus now I am regaining the pawn but destroying the pawn structure. ये तो गया 12 का भाव में पोजीशन लॉस्ट है. Now material factor equal but the position is lost because superior pawn structure, superior open line and superior active pieces. कुछ नहीं होगा. You cannot take that pawn. Rook d1 आ जाएगा. Hopeless position. So the reason for losing कि 3 move, black is wasting 3 moves in the opening stage. You cannot do that. ये तो गया ना. I agree. I hope you agree it's a lost position. You, I hope ये इतना अभी हिल नहीं रहा है. Some problem. How much time should we spend on each? Oh, I see. Okay, I will tell you. If you want to see a classic game, my advice is to spend 2 hours for each game. My suggestion, you should study focus 2 hours. You cannot just casually see the game and do other things. Total focus of 2 hours on one game. Try to go to the heart of the position. And after seeing the game, you see the modern trend. Suppose I am seeing the Queen's Gambit accepted, then I will see what Caruana is, what Carlson is doing, what Sirov did, how did Karpo handle this or Kasparov. So after seeing that game, you should go to the modern trend. That should take another 1 hour. That means each game you should spend 2 hours, detailed analysis, and see the modern trend in that line. Then your confidence will grow. When you are playing that position in tournament, it will come in your mind. Oh, I see. This was played by Karpov. This was played by Carlson. This was played by Botvinnik. So you need to study 2 hours for each game. Go slowly, be patient, and then look at the modern trend. The advantage is in data. In earlier days, people were not having this advantage. Suppose I was seeing a game of Botwin Ultraso, I will see for 1 hour, and then who will search? There are some 100 books. Who is going to search that position? And then encyclopedia came. But encyclopedia is opinion of a group of players. It is not authentic. And there are some altu faltu writers are there also. So encyclopedia is good. It is only accumulated the material, but not authentic thing. Okay. Hello. Okay. Thank you. Ramakrishna. Okay. Then Meher Chaudhary. Welcome. Hello, Meher Chaudhary. How are you? Okay. So next game. This position is disaster. You need not see the pawn structure. That position is completely hopeless. Okay. All very normal line. Bad move. You know, the player is thinking that you play bishop e2 or d3, he will take and get a tempo. He will take and get a tempo. Okay, why players play? Because Alekhine played it sometime. You know, okay, this is not a good idea. Gas smell. Hmm. So, and now the a6 move is waste of time. Now it was better to have a7 and instead of develop re8 and d7. So instead of this bad move, a developing move, and this is a weakness also on b6. Now the point is the plan is clear. White wants to play bishop into f6, pawn g5, and then h7 is a problem. Now threat is bishop into f6, knight f6, g5. That means you play a move like g6. The king side is weak. Bad move. Now he is challenging that I open G file, do what you want to do. It's bad. The king position is compromised. This is bad. So the position he take bishop. Now you cannot trap. If you do bishop into pawn, will be a disaster. Total open position of the king. Mate हो जाएगा. All right. Now time. The question is time factor. I have a choice to play bishop d3 or bf5. So bishop d3. I keep pieces for attack. Forced plus minus. अभी this king side g5 open. अभी how many weak points? First of all, this is a weak square. Weak square because this pawn move. Second, the king has become weak. Castle position and badly placed knight and g5. ये इतना सब can he survive the g file for white, the bad knight, bad king, and five white pieces are looking at black king. Five white pieces. Now we'll look at the black king. Terrible. अभी भगवान भरोसा पे छोड़ दिया ये भगवान के भरोसा पे छोड़ दिया है खत्म क्वीन इंटू h5 आएगा अभी मरेगा अभी ही कैन इट इज ऑल ओवर ही कैन रिजाइन कुछ भी नहीं बचेगा सो द मिस्टेक इज कमिंग आई विल टेल यू दिस इज द मिस्टेक you should not play a6 so this itself is a mistake a6 is a mistake and for that even now even c5 is a good move even this is a good move because I am now you cannot play this bad move this is also plus for because now rook is supported you play b6 I will play b4 now you have to get e5 break which is a strategic thing it is not coming so c5 is a good move cd5 is a good move this is the move a player should avoid such moves slight better for white center. Yeah, why this move? I want white strategy is to advance slowly, slowly, slowly. It will come. But if you play knight f3, you are blocking your pawn. So knight e2 is the correct one. It is now compatible with the strategic idea because knight will come here and not block the pawns. The pawns are free now. This is the main strategy. Against Capablanca, I mean this both was a position Botvinnik Capablanca. Botvinnik did not play A4 in that game. In that game, he had played castle with Capablanca and got a good game. But more modern is the more correct move is this. This is the more correct move. Now, if you play pawn push, then black square problem. I will play bishop c2 and bishop a3. Clear better. This is bad. Now, black's plan is this and this and this. You know, all this is too slow. तब तक ये ब्रेक आ जाए कैसल f3 e4 आ जाएगा and the bishop is having a powerful diagonal. So this is not a good idea to play c4. Good move. Provoking c4. You want to play c4, this is bad. Now you go back knight. Now this is bad. Strategically only outplayed. Strategically. Now knight g3 will come with the idea rook will come and f3 e4. Perfect. Now he will come here and take the pawn. He will come here and take this pawn. But is it worth? You are leaving the center and giving a free hand to white. अभी ये पॉन लेगा तो इसका क्या होगा तेरा क्या होगा कालिया पॉन के पीछे आ रहा है ले लो पॉन ले लो and now there is a threat. You see, you need to be careful. You have to be very careful because white attack. Suppose you go, he wants to exchange the queen, and the knight will come back to center. If you avoid queen exchange, knight will come back to center. So you need to go away from that line. यहाँ queen is bad, तो disaster है, खत्म हो जाए. अभी now you is threatening this move, so I come here, and now my threat is to take the knight. अभी नाइट कहाँ जाएगा सपोज यू मूव द नाइट देन ये आएगा मेरे ख्याल में क्वीन ही ट्रैप हो गया मेरे ख्याल में क्वीन ही ट्रैप हो गया यू नो नॉट ट्रैप बिकॉज क्वीन इज देयर आई विल प्ले I will play f4 with the idea f5 with the crossing it's crossing position so here he plays rook abhi exchange of pieces then what about your king I will take into into मार तो नहीं सकता है knight f5 is all hopeless position hopeless मारेगा तो मरेगा मारेगा तो पॉन मरेगा now such a position it will be problematic now what you need you may have another rook also knight check is a mate please note that knight check will lead to mate okay I am not getting that right away I am not getting right away check and now pin so how should you play now white to play what should white do now hello Parvat Thakkar welcome as I told you a classic game knight check is a mate so queen into knight no इधर क्या खेला उसने he played queen क्यों नहीं चलता है queen into I think queen into also is working queen takes take and knight f5 working so he says e6 is winning e6 e7 is winning but in this position what is wrong if I take you will take and knight f5 idea mate that is also coming I take you will take knight coming what is wrong some compensation some pawns so in the game Botvinnik took the pawn now he took it over अभी क्या, अभी नाइट इज टू स्ट्रॉन्ग, बट तो अभी पॉन के लिए किंग अटक गया. इट इज रूक एंड नाइट वर्सेस वन टू पॉन्स. कुछ नहीं होगा, इट इज लॉस्ट. चेक. पॉन पुश. पॉन से मारेगा जाएगा, रूक से मारेगा तो जाएगा. ओके. But I like the idea, the concept of queen d4 and then knight into knight there. Over. Training match Botvinnik hour back. I will go to certain point because you know all this theory. I don't have to go for all this. So I will, okay. Let me show you theoretically. Now the idea, when you play e4, I am giving the pawn, but then I will open up the line for the bishop. So black should not accept the gift. Black should not take the free gift. If you take the pawn, you are helping white. Now this is bad. But I will tell you, this is a training match. I mean, in the training match, you should give the challenging problems, which you don't do in tournament. But I take the pawn, you practice. That means in tournament, somebody plays this, white will be very comfortable, know what to do. Now this position is plus minus. I would say the position is plus minus. If I now the point is, if you play queen f5 and queen takes pawn, it is bad. Now queen takes pawn is bad. Correct? Now queen into pawn is bad. Why it is bad? Because I will play bishop b2. My threat is bishop into and discover check. So आप रोको. How will you stop that? How will you stop? If you play, the knight will come. This is not a check now. So you can't do that. You cannot do that. That is why after the move e5, check king, and now knight. Position is bad. Now, first of all, there is no coordination. The rooks are not coordinated. Bishop is not developed. The center, space, open line. This is the only piece. This is the only piece he has to worry. ये तो आ जाएगा, निकल जाएगा. ये तो निकल जाएगा रूक. Welcome. G4. I want to prepare G4 now. Open the G file, H file. कुछ नहीं है यहाँ. G4. That F2 is not a serious issue because your H7 will fall. So if you play take, the H file will open up. Mate. So he goes knight. Idea, the rook and queen watching the square. ये तो छोटा threat है. I will now idea pawn into. खत्म. Mate बचता ही नहीं है. The mate cannot be saved. This is, you cannot come mate. And if you do, rook will double mate. एक check आएगा बस. There is only one check. Mate बचेगा ही नहीं. Okay. So basically, these are training games. In training games, normally what you do, for example, I am not comfortable in a particular position. So I will tell my friend, you play that, we'll have a training game. So when you spend 2-3 hours and you analyze, then you solve your problem. Strategical understanding. So this is a training game to open. Normally, a player should not do. This is a self goal. Here, E4, this is a self goal. You cannot do that. But training. Donor. Very nice. So going for a position, not willing to commit pawn into pawn. He can also play this setup. He can also play e3 and d7 and queen e2. This is also okay. Idea, d3, knight d2, reverse hedgehog setup. This is also excellent for white. So here he goes for other side. White is better. Already better in center. Now I would say the player should not open the game before he is fully developed. White is better developed than black. Now wasting time. ये तो गया into the d6 square. Now d6 square, c6 square. The main point, this is the weak point. You know, now player should see where the strategy is. I can go for d6 square. I can play knight coming there and cover the d6 square. But this square is more vulnerable. Idea, now I want to knight c6. So you will take bishop into, no problem. Now again the threat is nc6. So you come here. The correct move. The reason is not this rook check, then queen will come to b7. Now what happens when you play queen b7? I will play queen f3. Now queen b7 can be met with queen f3. Then your c6 is gone. So here now I have seized the square. Now 1 2 3. अभी ये नाइट को यहाँ पोस्टिंग कर देगा. An outpost. An outpost. चलो उठो यहाँ से. Outpost. Maintain that point. e7 बचाओ, then b5 को बचाओ, हो गया. The position is plus minus. A scientific way of playing. ये तो गया. The pieces are paralyzed. Just you can see the strength of the rook and the knight taking away all the squares from queen. कुछ भी नहीं बचा अभी. The threat is to play pawn pulls and then a check. Sorry, not this. Then a check. The threat is to play e5. Keep the rook. Rook into rook is possible, but it will give some time for him to survive. So he plays rook. Yeah. Position is hopeless. Now you cannot play rook. You play rook here, take, and 97 check. And now my threat is to trap. You cannot play rook 8. That is a blunder. And what about my threat? अभी इसका क्या जवाब है? Anyway, rook. There. Now if you go back, the rook is coming. You come here, the queen trap. Or you come here, you take knight check. And you come here, anyway queen trap. Rook into knight. So you are forced to surrender the queen for 2 pieces. अभी क्या रखा है? Forced. And now a queen on the superior material will win the game. So the mistake is actually a player should see that this kind of weaknesses. You can see Reti Capablanca, the same square weakness. The noticeably this is after the move here. This is Sipa itself is not a good move. Not a good move. Plus, it is exemplary how White exploited that. This classic game will help you in many positions. If you are playing black, should not do such kind of weaknesses. I will still come back at 2:30. Today it was I had to go. I had an appointment, so I had to go out early morning. So I will be back at 2:30 and continue with Botvinnik. But play like Botvinnik, play better than Botvinnik. 20 diagrams or 22 diagrams I will select. And tomorrow I will go for Smyslov. This will continue the series. So okay, Thank you very much, friends. I will be back at 2:30. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार.